I am here, John, and I am real. But I'm fading, John.
What do you mean?
From this place. From Aether.
That
Red Wall.
doesn't...
The entire place.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, we had a nice chat. I would love to have more. And I'd love to see how this all turns out. Right up close. But, well, time isn't on my side. And there are forces at work that are ones that not even I can ignore, John. I'm no mage, John. Like I said, I watch, I learn, and I tell the tales of others. And that means I have to live by a few rules, John. And one of them means not getting too close. I'm afraid I may have done that. I have lived countless lives, John. I have died countless deaths. I have been innumerable people, John, and having met you, well, it's been a privilege and an honor to see you, Aether, this entire place.
I don't get it. Up till now, I just thought that you worked here.
I do! I do, John, I do. But I can't anymore.
Can't go on anymore, John.
It's fading. I can feel it slipping away while I'm just standing here, John. If I stay too much longer, it'll be disastrous.
What are you?
Pushed himself too hard.
An observer, John. I watched from afar for the longest time. I watched, and I wanted to touch what I saw. I wanted to do more. I wanted to prove something to myself. I always knew that I could, John, and I laid out some rules, of course. And one of them was to not get attached. I broke that rule. I want to stay.
You speak as if you know so much more.
I do, John, and I like I said, I've lived countless lives.
Oh, then you can tell us. You can tell me.
No, John, that would be against the rules, John. Like I said. And besides, what would be the fun in that? Right? I'm a bard, John. You can just call me Bard. For what little time we have left together. I have to say, it's been quite interesting. Whether I was plowing a field or running down a blood-soaked battlefield or chiding people in the street about their taxes. It's been amazing. And I've done everything I wanted to do and then some. And I'm so glad I had the chance to do it. Even if it cost me. And it has. But such is the way of things. Like I said, John, it's one big cycle. We don't always get to decide how that cycle turns out. We don't live provisional lives, John, and we don't die provisional deaths. We can only live moment to moment. And in this time that I have been here, John, that is what I have done. I have tried to live moment to moment. I have gotten to touch and see this armor, this sword. I have gotten to be a part of all of this, you see? But I can't anymore. It's going, John. It's fading. I'm going, and It is the way of things. And my story, John, and your story, well, mine is coming to an end. For I was never meant to be a part of this. I was never meant to interfere. I was never meant to touch and feel and grasp. But I did, John. I did, and I thought by staying in those guidelines with those rules that I would be safe, and I'm not. I got attached, John. And that was my failing. Or perhaps it was my greatest success. For that is where I found the most joy. In coming to know people like yourself, Sabrina, Mr. Oliveira, all of them. Not just here, John. In worlds you can't possibly imagine. Where lights shine along the streets. Where men clad in gold suits of plate charge across the battlefield against an army in blue and white. Where I've strode down the halls of a castle with imperial grace. All of it, John. It has been quite humbling for one such as myself. Thank you. For things you can't possibly know, thank you. And everyone, for everything. And even though my story comes to an end, and I know that yours will continue, yours too, of course, will end someday, John, but so long as there is a bard, John, there will always be a story. And so long as there is a story, there will always be a bard. Take care, John. Please.
I miss you, bud. I will.
When we meet again.